This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.
You are now listening to the Life in Football podcast. Check out the new website, lifeinfootball.com. Once again, the website is lifeinfootball.com. Thanks for listening.
Please excuse the technical difficulties we had during this episode. We had a few minor issues, but still you'll enjoy everything that was about this episode. Welcome to the Life in Football podcast, baby. I'm your host, Mike Feed.
And this your co-host, Colin Moore. You know we loving life and enjoying football.
We got a top-notch ball on today. He's going to be in the 2021 draft, and he goes by the name of Tarron Jackson, and he's balling out of control, y'all. I'm saying, I'm pretty sure if you're a fan of college football, you done heard of the Coastal Carolina football team tearing it up all this past season. They did a remarkable job. They got that pretty nice turf field out there, and they off that there. And what I like about it, y'all, South Carolina represent, cause see a lot of people look at it, and then the Carolinas they'll see North Carolina, East Carolina, South Carolina, and Clemson. But Coastal Carolina is the one everybody need to be checking in on. This young man, Mr. Jackson, he's going to be playing in the upcoming Senior Bowl. And on top of that, he's won every award that pretty much just say if you playing football in a conference. Defensive Player of the Year, probably team defensive MVP. He done won anything you could win. He done been a part of every watch list for as a defensive player. Not probably all of them, but he done been close to pretty much touching every watch list. What I mean by saying that, they have lists of players who got a potential of winning certain trophies. And he's been on pretty much every one for us on the defensive side. That speaks a whole lot. This young man will be drafted in the 2021 upcoming NFL draft, and I'm so happy to have him on. But without further ado, C-Mo, bring him on.
How you doing, Tyrone?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Great, man. It's a blessing to have you on.
Appreciate it, man. I'm glad to be on.
So I'm going to get right to it. Now, last year, you came out and you did your thing. This year, you ripped it up. So that's back to back. And then on top of that, y'all had an amazing season. How does that feel to end your senior year like that?
Oh, man, I can't even, put it into words. I was talking to one of the guys I came with a couple of days ago, man, just talking about all the stuff that we, accomplished as a team this year, Coming in, one of the things that we wanted to do was take this program to another level. We came in during the transition year. The first year, we was transitioning, we went 10-2. And then we actually got into the conference that next year. We went 3-9, and then we went 5-7 and 5-7. Every year building up a little bit. And then this year, to have the year that we had, man, it's a blessing. As a senior, you couldn't ask for a better year.
Nah, you couldn't, man. You laid that out on the line this year. I'm talking about everybody on the squad did. Now, how did you feel getting invited to the Senior Bowl?
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. To be a part of something like that with in the nation, man, that's a blessing, man. I can't wait to go out there, and compete with those guys.
Let the people get some insight on you, how it was for you growing up, and kind of who helped you to become the person that you are today.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Growing up, man, like I said, I come from a small town, New Wellington, South Carolina. Parents divorced when I was younger. But both parents was in my life, my whole life. I seen my pops mostly on the weekends. I was with my mom throughout the week. I kind of got my hard working side from my pops. I grew up pouring cement, doing all kind of construction work, landscaping and stuff like that. Out in that heat all day, I feel like that builds something in you. And one of the biggest reasons, why I do what I do is family. Growing up, my brother was a huge part of my life. We pretty much did everything together. And he's one of my biggest motivations. When I was younger, when I was 9 years old, my brother, he passed to leukemia. And that's one of the main reasons I wear number 9. He motivates me so much in so many ways. He can't really speak on it, but seeing somebody go through cancer, battling every day, I feel like it builds something in you. It makes you not complain about a lot of the small things that people complain with, especially with football, going to workouts, every day trying to get better, even though you might not feel, 100%, just every day giving it all out effort, and trying to get better and, work towards a goal.
Man, I love that.
But yeah,
And
he's
see,
probably one of the
and
the
like I
biggest
was telling
motivations I have.
Simo, a lot of times in our interview, man, Terry, I don't know if you listen to the Life Football podcast, but you got to get on board, man, because you're part of the crew now. But we always hear this about this divorce thing, man. So
Yes, sir.
just for me, you and Simo, we're going to be an end to a lot of that, man, because I hear it so much doing the podcast, and it's not nothing against your dad or any other dads, but
Yeah.
we just got to improve and do better, as young men, because me and Simo, 35, 36, and you a young man yourself. So we got to be the ones who overcome and achieve more. You know what I'm saying? So I just
Yes,
had to
sir.
say that real quick. Now, I saw something else very interesting.
For
I
sure.
saw you graduated with a degree
Yeah.
in mathematics. Now, for the people who out there thinking this just something slick or something just easy to do, let the people know how serious, cause really I think that's a degree that scientists get, like, to be like an astronaut or something like that, right?
Hey, man. Math branches off into so many areas. One of the main reasons I did math because I wanted to be an actuary. Something for me to fall back on. I wanted to be able to, work with probabilities and stuff. I could work with an insurance company, something like that. That was kind of the avenue that I was looking towards going to. If football didn't work out, but it was definitely a grind. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. A lot of football players, they know, man, it's hard to get a good degree. Sometimes you come in and they try to, oh yeah, just get communication, just get this, just get that. But one thing in my family, they preach education too. So, I wasn't gonna be able to just go there and play sports. I had to do both. So, I grinded that out, and I got that degree in May. I got applied mathematics major in
Now,
a
see, I
minor in
like how you
actuarial
said
science.
that your folks was on you,
But yeah,
and they told you got to have that education, because you just said it. Whether you go, you're going to the league, but once you done playing, now you can take that money, invest it, and do wise with it. But as well as you already know what you're going to do once you get out. And then other stuff can come up as well that you can branch off into. But you got a game plan, and that's what I don't think a lot of players do. And I'm glad you did that. So who actually was pushing you to tell you, hey, man, think outside of football?
Yeah. Honestly, man, I had to say it was a combination of family members. My pops, he played a big role in, teaching me certain things, around the house. One thing that I was going to get into was real estate. Cause my daddy, he's a contractor. He does a lot of flipping houses and stuff like that. So I know a lot about putting up sheetrock and doing all kind of stuff like that. But man, my family just molded me. They never really. My mom, she never really let me do a lot when I was young, and I used to hate it when I was young. I was like, man, I can't go out there with my boy, like I can't do this and that, But now that I'm older, I kind of see why she shielded me from a lot of stuff, in the area that I'm in now. But it was a combination of my mom, my dad, and I got a lot of uncles. They always giving me incentives and stuff. When I was younger, hey man, Tarron, you get them A's and B's, man. I'm gonna go. I'll buy you some J's. I do this, but you know, it was a
Definitely got
combination, man.
blessed
All
on
my
that.
family
Now,
really helped mold me
I
to,
want to
kind of
hear,
what I am
how did
today.
you end up at Coastal Carolina?
Yeah. So, really, man, I be trying to tell people, man, it don't matter about where you start. Because when I came out of high school, I went to Silver Bluff. Man, I only had Coastal was my only Division I offer. I had a lot of others. I had Georgia Southern and Georgia State looking at me, but other than that, I didn't have no other D1 programs looking at me. I had an offer from Coastal, and I had an offer from Limestone. But I was looked over by a lot of schools. And I talked to most of some of the big schools in the area like Clemson, but they told me I wasn't good enough. In South Carolina, they didn't even come to visit me. I never even spoke to them, and that's an hour away. So I always had that little chip on my shoulder, like I know I can play with these guys. I know that I have the work ethic, and I know I'm willing to put in the work. But you get looked past because you're too short. I was always told I was too short. Oh, he not fast enough. Oh, he this, he that. Not flexible, like stuff like that. I just use it as motivation, man, because I love the fact that I have a lot of younger guys that's at my high school. They call me like, man, when you give me hope, they see I'm doing what I'm doing. And, I love that, man.
And you're right,
Just to
because a
show
lot
people
of
that you can
times
do it. You can't be
that what
listening to what
happens,
other people tell you.
for us being a young adult, and we always hearing certain things, or well, you shouldn't do that, or maybe consider this. And a lot of times, the people not even familiar with that field. So
Yeah,
that's what I love about what you saying as far as your family pushing you,
yeah,
and you working with your dad, doing contract and the other things. So that's
yeah,
real good to hear and see that for us, especially in the African American community, that y'all working together to build something special. Now, for us, just say you make it to the NFL, because we already know you're gonna get
yeah.
drafted, big dog. Just hands down, I'm letting you know right now, you're getting drafted. We claiming it. So, is there anything special that you are thinking about for doing
Yes, sir. Yes,
for your
sir.
brother, or any special needs kids in your area? Yeah, I mean in remembrance of your brother.
Oh man, that's for sure, man. I'm big. I'm big about the giving back thing. Whenever while I was in college, I did like the special needs prom. I did, when they go feed the homeless people and stuff like that. I'm real big in giving back, man. And what I went through, and seeing the kind of the effects cancer have, man. Being an athlete, we have such a large impact on kids, man. And um, I'm gonna do whatever I can, to go to kids, that's sick and stuff like that, and that went kind of through what my brother went through. But that's gonna be big for me, giving back, not just to them,
I
just the
like
people in
that.
my
I
area.
like that. What
And
I'm hearing.
I'm gonna do
I
whatever I
got two
can to
more
give back,
questions for
man. I
you,
promise you
man, and
that.
I'm gonna let you go, cause we know we got a draft pick on the phone, and you got places to be and business to handle. Now, my last two questions. Well, the first one I got, and I'll say the other one once you finish with this.
Yes,
For
sir.
us, how do you feel right now going through this process? And after this amazing season y'all just had, like, what's the feeling you having right now? And just kind of break it all down, from the season to the actually feeling right now of just how everything's going.
Mhm. Oh man, I just have to say like extreme satisfaction. One of the craziest things and the best things about this season, is having that idea of uncertainty. Like going into the season, man, this was the most different season that I've ever had in my life. Like coming into the season, March before the season, that's usually when you get in your grind and you're getting strong, getting faster. Like we got sent home, and then you're home, the gym's closed. I'm outside doing stuff with center blocks and running around on the ground outside. I'm twisting my ankle. And then we got blessed to where we at the school they started bringing kids in back in June. I was blessed to be a part of that first phase because I stayed off campus. And then, you get somewhat of a normal summer, but then bam, 2 weeks in the workouts, we got COVID tests and having COVID problems, and we got 2 weeks off, and then you by yourself again. You're doing whatever you can at home with the bands and stuff like that. And then you back on, towards the beginning of July. And then, coming towards the end of July, you have some more COVID stuff, and then you have another week off. And then, just keep then going into camp. It was pretty tough, man, because in camp, man, you got to wear that face shield. Man, it was days I about passed out there running with with that helmet and that face shield on. It was just, man, it was rough, man. And then for us to weather all that adversity and to stay together as a team, and work for our brothers, and then to have the season that we did, man, like, I couldn't ask for a better storybook, like, season. Like, this one I'm going to talk about when I'm 10, 20 years,
All right,
of
the
age.
last
Like, man,
question.
It's crazy, man.
And I just want to give you the floor and an opportunity to talk to the NFL scouts or anybody who may have interest in you. It could be somebody who might want to sponsor you. Why you are a person that they should consider, for as picking you on a team, the type person you are, and the type of grind you're going to put in to help them be successful.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the biggest things about me that's different from a lot of athletes is, I don't take shortcuts. Like you said, I graduated with a degree in applied mathematics. Like, I work in all areas. I'm going to do stuff not only on the field, but I'm going to do stuff off the field. I feel like I have great character. I was raised up, in the right way, man. And, I have a lot of characteristics that a lot of people aren't going to have just because they didn't have the stuff that I have. But nobody's going to work harder than me. That's one of the things for me. I was a big Ray Lewis guy, big effort guy. Effort with details, man. I feel like that's the key to success. And I feel like there's not nobody in this world that's going to outwork me. That's how I've got to where I'm at now. But I feel like whoever I'm talking to, if they want to sponsor me, if they want to pick, if the NFL GM, they pick me up, you're going to get a guy that's going to outwork everybody, and he's going to make his way to the top. Wherever I started, I don't know where I'm going to get drafted at. I don't know if I'm going to be first round. I don't know if I'm going to be first, second, third, free agent. But I know wherever I started, I'm going to make my way to the top. That's just
South Carolina, y'all stand up. Y'all got a young gentleman here who represent for just the whole, I'm talking about the whole state, really. That's how I see it. And then he done put in some great work at Coastal Carolina, then went and got his degree. And if I'm an NFL scout, I'm going to make sure I draft him ASAP, because this a big-time player, and I could tell he's an even better person, y'all. So I'm going to leave y'all like I always leave y'all. Keep your head up and not down, or else you'll fall to the ground. This is the Life in Football podcast. Catch you next time.
You are now listening to the Life in Football podcast. Check out the new website, lifeinfootball.com. Once again, the website is lifeinfootball.com. Thanks for listening.
Press play.
This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. This is a new day to live your life. This is a new day to try to get right. This is a new day to get on track. Yeah, that's life in football. It's life in football. We are life in football.